Welcome into Inside Hawkeye Football here on SN. I'm J-Rod right here. We have another edition of Inside Hawkeye Football. We're talking about last week's win. Big matchup against Penn State this week. And Iowa moving up in spot in the AP Top 25. I'm J-Rod. We'll welcome you on into our studios here. We've got Iowa beating Maryland 23-0. Nate Stanley just one touchdown after his historic 6-touchdown game against Indiana the previous week. It wasn't impressive by Nate Stanley, but the Iowa defense absolutely impressive against a Maryland team that put up 30-some points on Texas in the victory that they got in the opening week of the season. Nate Stanley, I think he has to play good this week against Penn State if they want to be in the game in the fourth quarter. Nate Stanley cannot afford to turn the ball over at all. You saw the game against Wisconsin. The Hawkeyes, the turnovers are what cost them the game. They had a big opportunity against the Wisconsin, but they couldn't capitalize because they turned the ball over in key moments of the game, giving Wisconsin big momentum and big opportunities to score. And Wisconsin's not a bad team. I know that they've lost to BYU and lost a conference game to lose to. Michigan. Yeah, they lost to Michigan in dominant fashion. Michigan took care of them. But this is a Hawkeye team that has potential. A lot better than the team that went 12-0, I believe, in potential. But they have to have – it all has to start with Nate Stanley, quarterback. But you got to build around it as well. They have. They've got a good depth at running back. They might not have a superstar running back like Saquon Barkley that Penn State had last year and Miles Sanders this year, which isn't quite a superstar, but it's probably better than the top running back for the Hawkeyes. But if the Hawkeyes can get 4 quarters of good running game where they can get 4 yards on first down, it's going to be a long day for Penn State's defense. But I think Penn State will step up today, or not today, but on game day. Saturday, and it will be a good football game. You're going to want to see that on ESPN, the Big Ten, on the big stage. Once again. This is how I like to go on Saturday. So this will live up to the hype. I believe the Hawkeyes, a big opportunity to come in and beat Penn State. Remember the last year's game? It was the 4th week of the season, I believe. The Hawkeyes and the Nittany Lions. Trace McSorley, touchdown pass in the final play of the game. Before this year, Penn State was undefeated at home under Trace McSorley. With Trace McSorley as quarterback, I believe. But this year, already 2 home losses to Ohio State and Michigan State. The only 2 teams that have won the Big Ten East since, of course, the realignment with Maryland and Rutgers. The only time that Iowa won the Big Ten West was when Michigan State won the Big Ten East. I think the other 3 years, Wisconsin won the West. Penn State did win the East once. Can Penn State do it this year will be the big question. Now, of course, on this show, we don't talk about Ohio State, but Ohio State and Purdue was really caught attention of a lot of fans last week, which could impact the week after Penn State. Iowa heads to West Lafayette to take on Purdue in the first home game after the big upset for the Boilers. Boilers get Michigan State this week on the road. Catch more college football action on SN College Football today. And then Saturday night on SN Sports, We've got us in college football tonight. We'll break down all the day's action, and we will give our top 4 heading into the official rankings, which come out on Tuesday. Tuesday, 7 Eastern, only on ESPN. And we might be actually doing coverage for those rankings. We might not do it for the summer rankings, but I think the first rankings we will have coverage on SM. Or SM Sports, we don't know, actually. I think that's all we've got for today. Iowa, number 18 in the country. They move up a spot in the poll, which I really don't care. You know, I'm going to say I care, but seriously, it doesn't matter. The polls don't matter at all right now. They may matter someday, somehow, but it really doesn't matter right now. Okay, that'll do it for us here. I'm J-Rod saying so long. Have a good one.